but I'm not totally to blame. And I'm not saying our command is inept. I'm not saying that people should be demoted or lose their jobs or whatever. I'm just saying that there are glaring holes in what we do, and I just want to see this department be better. My loyalty has always been to this office. All right? I mean, I just want to see it get better. There were glaring problems that night. We all saw them. We all, looking back on it, we can write a book on everything that went wrong. It doesn't fucking matter if we don't learn from it. Leanne, yes, you did your job when you told everybody, get out of your fucking cars and start securing this prison. But again, my question has always been, what does securing the fucking prison mean, and why are we left up to do it? All right? If we run something out about that, if we train new officers, that is correcting the problem. Command can learn from this. To go forward and say that there is nothing Command can learn from this is fucking insane. It's a failing on Command if they say that.
Who has said that? Oh,
You peasant!
that we can't learn anything from this. Nobody
Leanne,
ever
every
did.
time I talk to you, it's like you're throwing everything back at me. The other night, you said to me that you heard BBMC shouting threats in the courthouse, and it goes to further my point that it's like we have glaring problems in this PD. I don't know why it's like there's a light on me for fucking up this entire thing. When it's like, no, we've got little problems we can button down and make this whole thing a little bit better. I have full faith in you guys, but for some reason you've lost your faith in me.
Are you fucking stupid? Did I not get in front of the entire city and you and say the whole fucking PD is rotten from the fucking core?
It's not
what
rotten.
Are you talking about?
It's not rotten. It's not rotten.
It is, Bo. When shit like
maybe.
this happen, it is. When
No,
shit like this happens, it's rotten. When you can go and you two can't realize the difference between what it is to try to have a one-on-one interrogation and to actually allow someone who is the product of an investigation to actively be involved in the collection of information and interrogation,
was not.
then you have lost the plot.
He
And I'm
was
telling you the way it
not.
is.
Hillinghead had nothing to do with my investigation other than his testimony and showing me how he cleared the prison. That is a confusion of timeline.
Then why did you, the day before the press conference, this is the reason for the press conference, why did you two walk through the prison together after you say your investigation was concluded? Why were you two alone walking through the prison?
Because Bo imposed the question of how the fuck did BBMC get in there?
Yeah,
and I showed him how fucking easy it is to get inside the prison from outside.
Because somebody told me they had guns. So I was wondering, well, they weren't inmates then, so they obviously got in. How did they get in?
Well, no shit, Bo. There was a case citing that they were going to jump into the prison.
I wasn't part of anything.
All that
I've been
information
off
was
duty.
available.
No, not to me. I've been off duty. Fuck me.
But it was
Anybody
in-
can open their
Wait,
own.
I have a question.
Kane.
I have a question. Kane, do you know how BBMC got into the prison?
Not by direct testimony. I mean, there's the aspersion of the helicopter drop that they keep saying, and then there's my viewpoint of them just hopping the wall over by the fucking gas tank.
Well, did you read the interrogation transcripts?
Yes, part of their interrogation transcripts, I get it. But if they're already having mixed stories, I'm not going to believe it. Like,
I don't think there was any mixed stories from the interrogation transcript.
okay. So I just made up the helicopter thing.
No, I'm just checking to see if you actually listened to the interrogations or read the transcripts. Because then you would have also seen what they saw from their point of view and who they saw from their point of view.
Yes, they directly saw Hillinghead, but they cannot, through testimony, say that Hillinghead saw them. It's speculation.
How is it speculation? It's their current. It's what they saw with their own senses.
They can definitely say that they saw Hillinghead, but it's speculation if they say that Hillinghead saw them.
If I make direct eye contact with you, am I speculating as to you seeing me?
That's on the determination on whether or not that's a weird argument to make, and I think you know
It's a
why I'm saying
perfectly
weird.
valid
In that.
argument.
We're not doing this in court because I hate lawyer talk, man. Let's just hash this out. Right now.
They're
I thought
scared.
you were so
They're
wonderful,
scared.
wanting to go to court and burn it all
Fuck it,
down.
I will.
They're
Believe me,
scared.
I will.
Do
You'll
it all
a
like
great
men.
job.
Really, Bo? Toxic masculinity? It's 2020.
Okay.
You know what you should do, Kane? You should go to BBMC have them reenact where they were standing, go to the prison with them, and you tell me if you don't fucking see them.
That's not on me. Hillinghead is already at fault for this. I don't get why people aren't seeing that.
And I've said it a million times. I saw one person. If there's 3 people in there, I obviously missed the other 2. I saw one person, and I called out that he ran out to the yard when I was leaving the cell block.
I have never once stated that Bo Hillinghead was completely squeaky clean during this entire thing. But when I met with Leanne in front of City Hall with James Hale, I 100% was looking to take Bo's fucking badge. I was looking for every angle to try and prove that Bo Hillinghead had done this with some level of intent. And he had motive. He absolutely had motive. But there was nothing through all of the statements to pinpoint that there was any level of intention or direct criminal negligence worthy of taking his job. So instead, demote him to the floor, bring him back to cadet, and bring him back up. And I gave that to Knox.
Can we table this about Bo for a second? Because I really want to spell out to you, Kane, how bad you were at your job with this. With this particular investigation, I want to show you how you skipped steps so bad, because I want to put this out on the table for you, Kane, so you truly can understand how badly you miscarried justice and didn't get
honestly don't know,
because you skipped steps, you didn't do what you should have did, and you missed things.
We don't even have access.
You want to know how I know you did it?
What they looked at or the report.
Go ahead, enlighten me.
Because I know who's actually corrupt, because you didn't do your fucking job, and it's in your own fucking office.
Hale?
Yes, Hale. But
no.
you didn't do the steps you should have did. You didn't have the oversight you should have. You were too worried about trying to go for an ooh and instead of the right or wrong. And that's what I keep fucking telling you, and you don't listen.
He gave up our information.
Going after people who actually did something.
He gave up our
information.
information.
Instead, what you did is you allowed this to percolate between everyone here, and allow this to go off the rails because you decided to get in bed with Bo, and it took longer to find the end result, which the end result was that Hale was corrupt and assisted the BBMC in the carrying out of their justice, or lack thereof. And that's, Kane, is how I know that you fucked up.
Oh, no.
And I've been burying it, and I thought about just holding on to it to court, Kane. But honestly, seeing how smug and righteous you are here in your indignation, I think you need to know that you fucked up so bad, it was right under your nose. And at some point, Kane, you need to be humble on the fact that you weren't right. And Kane, you weren't right. You went after everyone but the right person. I was open-minded enough to put aside my aspersions against Bo. Now I know that Bo probably was just high as fuck. And maybe Bo is just bad at his fucking job of breaching and clearing a prison. That's possible.
Which again is what I said, that all you had to do was
But I
have
found the
patience
actual
before burning it
corruption
down.
is the difference between me and you, Kane, is that I give a fuck about justice, real justice, not my own cooked up, needing to be right justice. I care about getting to the bottom of even the murder of someone like Killian, who I fucking dislike for what he did to my family. But I took an oath. My oath, Kane, was to protect everyone, including Killian. And I believe that to my core. And no matter how many times you try to paint me as corrupt, and no matter how many times you try to hit me with IA action, no matter how many times you try to come at me and the things that I love, there's one thing you can never do. You cannot rob me of, Kane. And that's the fact that I gave a shit. And I gave a shit about the badge, and I gave a shit about the fucking oath. And I, unlike a lot of people in this circle, gave a shit about right and wrong, despite what people thought. Fuck you.
Sir, I gotta ask, why then? Why the press conference against me? What the fuck? What the fuck did I do that spurred that? I mean,
what did I miss?
Put 2 and 2 together.
I don't know. I didn't even listen to the
so.
first half. I'm
I told you,
gonna be
when you
real.
were manipulating me on that fucking hill.
The FU at
put
the
2
end
and
was
2
pretty
together.
funny.
What the fuck does that mean?
Because you laid a path, Bo, that didn't just look like maybe you just fucked up. You laid a path that you were looking for retribution. That you were doing things to try to fuck with me because I pointed a finger that you could have been corrupt and that you had to be investigated. Telling someone that you need to be investigated, and you've been investigated long enough, Bo, them cooperating as a cop, that eases things. But when someone doubles down and tries to point the finger at other people instead of just giving the truth, and then the fact that you were seen with Kane in the prison, all that showed to me was that you were trying to hide something or you were doing something untoward. And you've admitted to it in this circle that you literally only pointed the finger at me because you felt that I pointed at you. The difference, I told you already, Bo, is I had good faith to think that something was untoward.
You're putting
had
words
bad
in my
faith.
mouth now. I pointed the finger at you because, like I told you, they came at me with criminal charges. So if anything criminal was done, I know I didn't do it. So let's talk about the other people that might have had the opportunity. That's where I was in that interrogation room. I wasn't fuck the Cassidys and let's burn them down. It was if criminal shit went down and you can prove criminal shit went down, well, it certainly wasn't me. Here's my phone. Go ahead and subpoena me. Do what you need to do. But here's another alternative theory you might want to run with. I didn't know what they had. It's like I said, after I got shot on that boat, I was off duty for 5 days. I came back for 2 days. The second day was the Killian trial. And then I was off duty from when he got murdered until even now I haven't gone back on duty because I wanted to make sure nothing would get fucked up, both in this investigation and any investigation I'm running. I was pissed off in that interrogation room, and I might have sounded like, fuck Colton. The simple reality is there was more theories to put in play. And if they had text messages or whatever, I don't know what they would have had. I know it wasn't me. So who else could it have been?
Chat, we need
Anybody else
Rami
in
to
that
get
person?
his
Let's
bar
figure it
license
out.
back.
Again, my loyalty has always been to this PD. I don't get this
Good raid by Kev. Glad I seen this.
court of public opinion
man.
shit
One thing I'll say is
that we have now had to lock ourselves into
lawyer RP has
on
been
the
RP
name
lately.
of baseless
Thank God.
and
Well,
borderline fucking insane allegations from both of us.
Like the RP has
Kane
been
not tell you
nuts
he was
lately.
going to do a press conference?
No, because it doesn't fucking matter to me.
Wait. Who doing a press conference?
I was told that you were planning to do a press conference, Kane. It was literally the night that we came in to do ours is because you were aiming for one and we were told about it with Teddy Thomas.
I have never once stated I want to do any type of public speaking.
So what the fuck? Why are so many people? What did Hale do?
Rami
Is
shot a
he
judge in court.
an
I
agitator
know,
then?
I know,
This
but
okay, so this is something that I need to bring up. I'm dealing with fucking Kevin's court trial. I'm dealing with starting and launching the investigation for civil asset forfeiture on Vulture. I have a myriad of other nondescript, not guilty pleas, expungements, everything going on. I touch IA, right? I touch everything in ops when it's brought to me because I have shitloads of other stuff going on, and that's why I have the delegation of my other prosecutors, my only fucking ASA, and my deputy state attorney. If you knew that Hale was doing something wildly corrupt because I more or less made him majority in charge to everything involving this investigation due to my ability to not be around as I would much like to be. And if you saw that he was being corrupt, why did you not tell me and have me pull him so I could focus more attention on it and investigate him? Because this is now the 5th time I've heard that Hale needs to be investigated.
oh,
But this time it's for something big, not just him misstepping in cell trials.
oh,
It's because you proved yourself untrustworthy, Kane. We found this out after I had suspended myself to go through this. So there was no use in telling you. That's the problem.
In everything that I have done for the PD through my time as the mayor, how in the fuck can you sit here and say that I'm untrustworthy?
You prove you're untrustworthy through this.
Something that I did not have the major hand in.
You didn't seek to come talk to us. What you did was you decided to double down and play politics. then that's what we did.
You think so?
Because that was our only.
What
That is
politic?
the only. Oh, come on,
You think he
Kane.
quits?
Any of the 3 lawyers around me have to explain it to you?
Go ahead. At no point in time have I ever stated that Colt Cassidy was corrupt, that Leanne Cassidy was corrupt.
I have a question for you, Kane.
Go ahead.
Hey,
Is
Rick,
it
be
true
honest with
that
me, buddy.
Hale created his own findings from this investigation,
get
and you
caught
went
in
on
the
and
middle of
added
some
the
political
Cassidys
crossfire?
as
Is that what's going on right
persons of
now?
interest or to be punished? Didn't he give you a recommendation?
Oh.
Are you talking about recommendation towards the Cassidys or
No,
recommendation
he
of
gave you a
punishment based off
recommendation
his
that didn't
findings?
include the Cassidys
I think,
for punishment. Is that correct?
No, Hale never
With
gave
Kane is
any type of recommendation
best
towards
look
me
at the
because
moment for
his
you.
main consideration was
Wasn't
Bo,
even hanging out
and
with
I
him.
was the
just
one
fucking
who opened
doing
it up
this
to
right,
Carter,
you know what I mean?
to
But anyway,
Baylor,
we'll talk later.
and then to the Cassidys.
Okay, but you're trying to distance yourself like you didn't have a part in this.
I had a part
But
in
you
it,
did
but
it
I was not the
originally.
major part. The only thing that I added to that documented report
I wanted to be like, everyone thinks you
was
guys
the
are fucking.
few footnotes of what Colt said that added more to what Leanne had stated. And when it came time to start looking at the suggestion of disciplinary actions, the suggestions on who is at fault for what,
Am I yelling?
I
Okay,
worked
okay.
with Hale and we made them because Hale had the primary knowledge.
So Hale agreed that the Cassidys should be penalized.
We agreed that Colt, straight out of the ICU, should not have been on duty. We agreed that Leanne, who had the biggest issue with Killian after the multiple tortures, should not have been a part of that transport. That there
I
were
was also the
plenty.
lead investigator, Kane, for over a month.
The lead investigator
and I'm
who
able to
refused
put
to get on
aside my
stand.
bias. Yeah, because it was a political play so that they could not impeach me.
No, I didn't
Did
see
you not
them.
realize
I wanted to
that?
see them. I wanted to see them.
There's more at hand than just Bo did bad.
Oh, okay.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
That's
go
why I'm
ahead,
not
backtrack.
commenting on it.
Damn
But
right,
it's
that's
not a
corruption in your
backtrack.
own department.
That's not a backtrack.
Wait,
You're
just-
right. I'll let you be right on that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can let me be right on this too, because you said you only investigate the things that are handed to you. First of all, I didn't hand this shit to you. And then number two, the thing I did hand was to investigate the breach. You tried to go after things that had nothing to do with the breach. That was your call, not anyone else's. Yours.
I was a phone call. To be
We're
fair,
in the standard
though,
operating procedures.
To be
Kane,
fair,
is
though,
what
I
say
always
about
shit talk him.
my ability to
so-
go on duty or when not to go on duty. I'd like to know what you cited to make that call yourself.
I don't have PD SOPs.
Oh, well, that's funny that you're making judgment.
I'm making a general judgment call that somebody who's been basically comatose for a week should probably not be
Whoa.
getting in a car in the conduction of a prison transport. I feel like that's something that most people can agree somebody probably shouldn't do.
You sound like a soccer mom.
Well,
Or Karen.
also, Kane, you had him medically cleared so he could testify, and that medical clearance
I
was that
had
he was
a
in
mental
good.
clear for testification.
The doctor said he had a good bill of health. He was good to go. There was no issue at all. I remember because we examined that doctor.
Do you want it reinvestigated? Leave everything
That's already being
exact.
done.
What? The investigation's continuing.
I think
yeah.
you should get your hands on a set of
Hydrate.
standard operating procedures before you try to enact punishments based on things you don't know about, Kane. That's really interesting to hear you don't know shit about
Which
it.
is crazy, Colt, because I remember the day Ops was formed, I had a sit down with Kane and I said this exact issue would likely come up at some point, and that you needed to have something set up so that it doesn't get that way.
So you're telling me you have SOPs for officers returning to
Somehow
duty from
blame this
ICU?
on Croc again fire too. All right.
No, we
Kane.
don't if
My
they're
point is we
clear.
don't.
Is there a more
It's fine.
cinematic view of this?
And he was clear.
Hold on, let me try something. No.
At this point, I think cleared is subjective because my purpose of having him cleared was mental to testify, not conduct his duty as an officer.
John Justice.
So in your
bro.
opinion, when would he have been fit to go back to duty? When a doctor cleared him?
That's not my call to make. That's on the PD.
Exactly.
Stay on top of the
I only needed him cleared to testify on stand. But reasonable, objective viewing, an individual in the hospital for just about a week should probably not conduct the high activity duty that is being an officer.
Oh, so someone who goes in the hospital and comes out after critical injuries is going to be more ready for duty than someone who's healed for a week. That makes sense, Kane.
We have officers that get shot down, go to the hospital, go to the ICU 6 hours.
We'd have
right
no
back
police
on.
force.
We would have no police force. God damn.
I've had police officers that go to the hospital, get shot down, and come right back to the scene.
I'd love to know how my physical condition also turned to something going wrong. Love to see you articulate that one.
I didn't state that it did.
No, but you're just citing it as the reason.
I'm stating it as a reason that he probably should not have been taking part in that prison transport. But there's nothing attributing to the fact that his physical state changed the outcome of what happened in the prison.